Hello, this is Dr. Jessica Ash, and I have the great honor today to interview Dr. Joseph Inungo from Central Michigan University about his efforts to increase the accessibility of graduate school for Africans. So, Joseph, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much for inviting me today.
And I'm very excited that there are people out there like yourself who are trying to increase the accessibility of graduate school for people from all across Africa, because I have seen so much incredible talent there, and it's really a shame that it's unaffordable and so difficult to navigate that process. So I'd love to hear you tell me about what you're doing to help this situation.
Thank you very much, Jesse. I am faculty member, but also director of the Masters of Public Health program here at Central Michigan University. And that program is offered both face-to-face as well as online. And that program in Michigan is really competing with so many different programs in Michigan. As a matter of fact, almost every major university in Michigan has a Masters of Public Health program. So
Wow.
there is a need for us to attract students to our two programs. And I started looking around to see how I can attract students. And I came to know that there are many African students, especially physicians, who migrated to this country, but unfortunately, they are now being stuck doing small jobs because they cannot get into or get admission into a graduate program. And that is how the idea came to start to locate those students and then work with them to make it possible for them to get admissions into a graduate program. And that's what I did, and I've been quite successful at this point. And I will be happy to discuss that with you today.
That's wonderful. And the idea that somebody has a medical degree from another country has always been a challenge when they come to the U.S. We have such strict laws about where medical degrees can be from and whether or not they're valid. So that you can take an actual medical doctor and put them in a program here that's not getting another MD, which is ridiculous, and that they can still practice the art for which they have been so well trained.
It's because of the strict law in the United States, many foreign graduate medical students, as they refer to that group, when they arrived here, in order for them to even start the residency, they must first take what they call the U.S. licensing examination, USMLE. And there are 3 steps that one has to take in order to, when you pass the 3 steps, then you can qualify to do residency in the United States. And in many countries, even getting the applications completed is a nightmare, because the applications have to be sent directly from your university all the way to the institution that will review the application here. And many students are stuck at one throughout that stage, from the submission of the applications through the different exams, because you have to take step 1, step 2, and step 3. And then something happened in between. Sometimes they do not have money. So many problems make it very difficult for foreign graduate medical students to get into residency here. And because they do have a degree and they would like to continue their education, then some of them do consider other options. And one option that I offer the students will be to go into a Master of Public Health degree. And that is what I've done with the student that I'm going to discuss today.
And I understand that public health and getting degrees, getting talented individuals to get that degree and use it on the continent of Africa is a big need on the continent. Is that true?
Because of the limited resources, I think Africa should have really invested money in promoting public health instead of promoting medical care, because building a hospital will be so require a lot of money that many countries in Africa cannot afford. But yet, if they can at least teach people how to wash their hands, how to protect themselves, how to dispose human waste, all that, they will be better off and will prevent many diseases. So promoting public health is really the cheapest steps to take in order to improve health in developing countries. That is why having people trained in public health is definitely a big need for many developing countries.
It's worth noting at this point that Dr. Joseph Inungo has a very an amazing history in public health across the continent and a 10 to 20 year background in public health. Can you tell us more about your past efforts in public health on the continent of Africa?
Wow, thank you very much. So initially, I graduated from medical school in the university in Kinshasa, the capital city of the Congo. And at that point, I started working as a physician at the University Medical Center in Kinshasa.
Mm-hmm.
And Tulane University and another consortium of the university decided to build a school of public health in the Congo. And they needed trained physicians in public health to teach or to staff that school of public health. That is how my trajectory really changed. And I was one of the few that was selected to be able to train, to teach in that school of public health. But one of the conditions before teaching was to come here in the United States, get a degree in public health, and then go back and teach.
Wow.
So several years back, I came, attended Tulane University, where I obtained my master's and my PhD, my DIPH, Doctor of Public Health, at Tulane University. And then at that time, I was supposed to go back and teach in the school, but unfortunately, there was civil unrest in the Congo that pushed me to reconsider my commitment. So at that time, I was hired by Louisiana Office of Public Health in the Department of HIV Surveillance, where I worked for them for 4 years. And then after that, I moved to Michigan. I worked for Michigan Department of Community Health again for 2 years before I was recruited at Central Michigan University in 2001. And I worked at Central Michigan University from 2001 to 2008. Then I decided to go and do global health. And I left the university to go to West Africa. Specifically, I was based in Benin, and I was working as a regional researcher for Population Services International, which is a social marketing institution that is based in the United States, but conducting social marketing research throughout Africa. And as a regional researcher, I was responsible for overseeing social marketing research in Senegal, in Nigeria, in Burkina Faso, in the Congo.
Wow.
And I did that from 2000, I would say 11 through 2014. And then in 2014, my contract expired. And I started looking for another position, and I joined another NGO known as International AIDS Vaccine Initiative, which is based in New York. And the purpose of that organization is to promote the development of a HIV vaccine in Southern Africa. And that organization is based in Southern Africa and Eastern Africa, specifically in Uganda, in Rwanda, Zambia, Botswana, and South Africa.
It's safe to say that your commitment to global health is more than commendable and has changed the trajectory for the better of health across all of the countries that you worked in. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Jessica.
So it's my understanding, can you tell me about some of the success stories you've had? I hope that some of them weren't able to be here today, but I hope they will be in the future. So can you tell me some of the success stories that are actually in my backyard in Cincinnati?
Absolutely, it will be a pleasure. So I heard of two physicians to start with, Dr. Blaise and Dr. Roger. They are also physicians from the Congo, but residing in Cincinnati. And they've tried to get into to pursue higher education in the United States, but were not successful. And they were spending time doing few jobs around to survive. So they contacted me, and we discussed. As a matter of fact, before the two who live in Cincinnati, the first one that I wanted to mention is Dr. Ndeke. He lived in Iowa. So he was the first one that contacted me, and we processed his applications, and he was admitted in our program here. The challenge was that in the Congo, the grading system is completely different compared to the one we use in the United States. Over there, having a 75% is considered as an A here.
Wow.
But when they do the equivalence, then 75% over there is a C in the United States, and not a single graduate program will even look at you for admission in a graduate program. So many of these folks are out there caught in the system. They don't know how to get out of that system. So Dr. Jonas Ndeke was the first who experienced that issue, and I took the risk of admitting him in the Masters of Public Health program. We offered him a conditional admission with the stipulation that in the first semester, he must receive a B in all the courses that he is admitted in. At that point, we will extend a regular admission for him to continue the program. And to my delight, not only he got a B, but he got an A in all the courses during the first semester.
That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful.
It was wonderful because his English was not that good during that first semester. And people said, how is he able to do this? So based on that experience, we build on that to say, okay, let's give other people the same opportunity that we extended to Jonas. And this time we invited Dr. Blaise and Dr. Dennis, who currently lived in Cincinnati. And they were also, we faced the same predicament, is that they had a GPA that was not very high. So, but because we already have experience with Dr. Jonas Ndeke, it was easy this time to convince authorities at Central Michigan that we can give them a chance. But at the same time, we gave them also a conditional admission, stipulating that they must make at least a B in all the courses before they can continue. And without any surprise, they excel in all the courses that they were admitted in.
I hope that other universities around the US pay attention to this video, because I have worked with many fabulous scholars from other countries. And in Iraq, for example, an A is a 69%. But you know, there is a change when you come here. The United States is, many universities tend to be ethnocentric in their view of what is the right GPA. And it's not that they're necessarily being malicious. It's just an ignorance that in other countries, if you work really hard, you don't have, everybody doesn't get an A. You know, a 69% is very good from some countries. And the scholars that I worked with, they were all fabulous. So I hope the United States institutions can learn from your ability to take a risk.
You see, that really, that is a plea for many other people who decision makers out there in higher education in the United States, I would like them to really give a second look to that specific situation regarding the GPA. Many people out there, very smart, cannot pursue their education here because when they consider the GPA of like 69% from the Congo or all Francophone Africa, here it translates into a C. And these people cannot receive admission for any graduate program. Yet, given the opportunity, they will be awesome students in the program. And my experience is a testimony for that specific thing. And not only in Africa, we are now facing the same issue with some students from China. When they come here, the GPA is like 2.2 or 2.3, and we just discard the application and don't look at them. But based on the experience that now we have with these students, my program is committed to revising our policy and giving all the students the opportunity to pursue the dream of getting a master or a PhD in our different programs here.
Well, we're kind of running out of time, unfortunately, but I'm very happy that you took the time out of your very busy schedule to be with us today and to tell the world about the program that you've created in Masters of Public Health. And I hope you come back and visit again.
Thank you very much. And I really commend you for your interest in that specific topic. You are giving the voice to the voiceless. And this is a wonderful thing. I look forward to working with you to help people out there who are really looking for the opportunity to better themselves.
Thank you for your kind words. I have to go now, but thanks for coming today.
Thank you very much, Jesse, for the opportunity to talk, to appear on your show.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.